What we got here? What is it? Well, I know what it is. It's sterling Canadian junk. Yeah. It's not especially shiny, though, is it, Eva? No. Not especially nice either. But it makes fun noises, don't it? This one's not terrible. Yeah, that one's not bad. All right. So, tonight's subject, guys. How about some sterling junk Canadian stuff on the cheap, because that's how that goes. I got to thinking, you know, you guys may not know this, so I'll preface this by telling you what went down back in the 30s. So FDR, yeah, our hero FDR, the winner that he was, big winner, man, big winner. Here we go. This guy. Oh my. Well, he thought it was within his power to unilaterally and without the authority of Congress initially to force people to turn their gold in. Now, there were exceptions. They were limited. Numismatic pieces were considered out of bounds. But yeah, bullion. So it didn't matter if it was generic rounds. It didn't matter if it was coins, pre-33 coins. If it was whatever it was, they could take it. And they had to give you a set amount, which was $20 and some change, which would be the equivalent of $400 today. That's not a very good price for your silver, is it, guys? Now, or gold, sorry. Gold's overvalued, or was that really cheap? Well, as soon as they got all the gold from all the dummies, they immediately raised the price of gold. Yeah. So basically, they stole from the people. Yeah. Guy was a real piece of work, and there's some people still out here thinking this guy was a good president. It's a joke. Anyway, we're not going to get into politics here, even 40s politics and 30s politics. But what we are going to talk about is silver confiscation. Yeah, so silver was never confiscated. And it won't take much to know why. I mean, this coin was made while FDR was in office. Yeah? So, of course, FDR didn't confiscate this. They're still making it, right? But you got to realize, silver at that time was still being made out of, or coins were still made out of silver because silver was cheap. It wasn't because of their, it was more out of a tradition than the silver value. Because they decoupled the dollar from silver back in the 1880s when they hit the Comstock lode. So, yeah. Interesting information, I'm sure. But we're not going to get into the weeds too much. What we're going to talk about, though, and this is what's important, is there is precedent for the government to come in and take your precious metals away from you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Or is there? So we're going to talk about a few strategies, a few concepts that might get you out of it. Now, keep in mind, this next executive order could be written totally different than FDR's. But I imagine they'll use FDR's as a framework, and we're going to go under that assumption, okay? Let's go under that assumption. So, one thing you're going to want to consider is what is it that you're stacking? So we're going to look at two coins, and you're going to tell me what the major difference is between them. Let's have a look. Now, what's the difference between these two coins? Obvious, right? They both cost about the same amount. They both cost me about the same amount. What's the big difference? Well, one is condition, right? This coin's clearly in better condition than this coin. But the second thing is this is a 1-year issue, super deluxe, special, commemorative $50. If this isn't numismatic, nothing is. Okay? So if they give you a numismatic exemption, the fact that people hate Christopher Columbus is going to work out in your favor. Okay? Potentially, if you find the deals. Now, the next question is, what's the difference between these two coins? Well, about $5. But aside from that, you might be able to argue that this is a numismatic piece. You're going to have a heck of a time, even though it's proof silver, arguing that this is numismatic. However, if they don't come to your door for silver, you're going to get this a lot cheaper. So keep that in mind. Now, oddly enough, what's the difference between these two coins? Well, this one's minty fresh, and this one is not. At all. Not even a little bit. See that? You can definitely see the difference here. So you could argue, depending on which government agent comes in your door, that this is numismatic. You're going to have a hard time getting them to accept that as numismatic. Now, we don't know what the executive order is going to read. What we do know, though, is that these are government workers. Now, first of all, if they come door to door, I'm not going to suggest what might happen. I will just say it could go badly. If they go to the wrong person's door, that's all I'll say about that. And that might stop them dead in their tracks a little bit. You never know. You never know. It may not. They might be really hell-bent on getting that silver. But if that's the case, then you gotta react appropriately. So you're going to have a hard time convincing them that a war nickel is numismatic, even if it's in a holder. So that's an unfortunate truth about war nickels. But I'll tell you what, it is, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. So, what should you stack? Because you know as well as I do, we'll do it for instance here, you're not going to get to stack purely numismatic coins on the cheap. You're not going to get Stony Mountain halves for the same price as Cole Barber half. Trying to keep within the same time frames here, guys. Well, no, actually that'd be a Walker, wouldn't it? Because it's 25. Okay. Here we go. Here's one from 27 that's a Cole. There you go. Right? You're not going to get this for the same price as this. Okay? It's not going to happen. I actually paid $10.50 for this. I don't know what I paid for this, but I would imagine I paid $12 because this would have been right when silver was in the 30s. Yeah. So actually, I did pay less for it, but you're not going to consistently get a Stony Mountain half, which would clearly be numismatic, right? No one's going to argue that this is a numismatic coin. Although you never know. Well, okay, that goes to my first point. It's going to depend on what kind of slug comes in your house from the government, right? So step one, what kind of slug is coming in your house? All right. Is it an informed slug or an ill-informed slug? What standards are they going to go by? You know? Now, one commemorative half, right, that you could argue is numismatic could be this. I don't know how far that'll get you, but you could argue it. Okay? But what if you get a slug, right? I mean like a real dummy. And they say, well, that says USA on it, so that means it's ours. And they grab your 20-cent piece, right? And they say, well, yep, we're going to give you 20 cents for it because the new executive order says give only the face value, right? So all your trimes are going for 3 cents. All your 64 Kennedy halves are going for 50 cents, right? They're giving you face value. Well, first of all, that's not fair, is it? Right? If someone pulls that, you might feel a certain kind of way. You might have a boating accident, yeah? Which is step 2. First of all, it all depends on the situation. Do you know they're coming? If you know they're coming, maybe your silver is buried. Maybe they got metal detectors. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to bury your silver. Maybe you just hide it in plain sight. You know? The key is knowing what is and isn't numismatic. And then the question is, what will they consider numismatic? But I promise you one thing. First of all, it depends on how they write the executive order. There is no way that they're going to know what the hell this is. You think some scrub with a liberal arts degree, right, who comes knocking on your door is going to know what the hell a Canadian quarter's made out of in 1902? Do you really think? Do you really think they're going to be able to look at that and say, you know, that's silver? Well, it's clearly silver. I don't think they will. I think if they saw some stuff like this, they'd be like, oh, well, that's not what we're looking for. Okay, and that's my honest opinion. I really think you keep these in some rolls or some pocket, yeah? Yeah, they're not going to know what you got there. I don't think. But you tell me what you think. Yeah, if these yoo-hoos are going door to door taking our silver, we got bigger problems, right? Than we think, than we realize, you know? Boy, wow, could you imagine? Yeah, could you imagine? These yoo-hoos coming to your door, coming to tell you what they're going to give you. They're going to give you 50 cents for your Walker halves. Yeah, 50 cents. Enjoy. Yeah, you paid, 10, 12, $5, $6, depending on what. You know, they see your seated Liberty half. And they say, well, that's a seated Liberty half. I don't know what that means, but I know that that's 50 cents because it says right here, half doll from New Orleans Mint. They won't even know what a New Orleans Mint is. Yeah. You know how many houses they're going to have to go to? You know what the lowest common denominator is on these government workers? Have you ever talked to a government worker? My God. My God. And oh, imagine. You know them tubes of these you got? 1999? Your tube of 99s? Right? BU? Woohoo? Oh, well, right here it says that's $1. Well, I reckon you should pay the man. Yeah. You know that nice, brilliant, uncirculated, you're so happy you got it, Morgan dollar? Ooh, it's a real looker, right? Oh, man. Yeah. Well, it says right there, $1. $1. That's it. That's all you get. $1. You don't get nothing else. What'd you think he was going to get, silly boy? Oh, what do you mean you spent $25 on that coin? What were you thinking? It's only worth $1. Yeah? Huh. So, what's the solution? Well, I got a question for you. What do you think these dullards know about coins? Just gonna throw it out there. What do you think these dullards know about coins? You think they're gonna assume every coin you got is silver? You think those idiots are gonna know this right here is silver? You think, what are they going to do? They're going to say, well, we'll give you 5 pesetas for that? Or 5 pesetas, whatever it is. They don't have any pesetas. You getting me? Yeah, imagine if you pulled this on them. This coin doesn't even say what it is. Well, I mean, we know that it does. We know that that's an 8 and an R, which means that's an 8 real. We also know where it's from, don't we? Mexico City, right? Do you think some scrub with a freaking basket weaving degree, whose daddy worked in the government, so now their kid does, is going to know what this thing is? Huh? I mean, I'm just saying, you know, you guys play the game however you want, and I understand that there's disadvantages. Believe me, you know. I know there's disadvantages to having this stuff. It's going to take a little longer to move, a little more work. I don't know what, but they're not going to know what a Tibetan Tonka is, are they? Huh? Man, you think they're going to know what to give me for something in Cyrillic? You think Cyrillic's their second language? You think they know what this is? They know what a ruble is? Huh. Well, if I'm throwing kopecks their way, how many kopecks you think they've seen? Huh? Anyway, you guys get the idea. Guys, if they're coming for your silver, first of all, it's World War III. Okay? Just go ahead and get that mind frame. Alright, because that's the game. That's the game we're playing. But if they come for your silver and you ain't holding no American stuff or recognizable clearly marked stuff. Man, you can tell them whatever story you want. And if they're going to confiscate it anyway, well, this republic's dead, isn't it? So I guess ultimately my final take is don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even contemplate it. Don't think about it. You'll drive yourself nuts. Yeah. You'll drive yourself crazy thinking about it. I know I do. You think they're going to know what this is? Huh? You think Uncle Sam knocking on your door, you think they're going to know what you have? If you're not rocking that, that U.S. stuff? You think they know what 10 kopecks is? Or rubles, sorry. 10 rubles. Not 10 kopecks, 10 rubles. Hell, I don't even know what they are. You think those cats know what this is? No, they don't. They don't know what that is. They don't know nothing about it. You could tell them it's made out of copper. They won't know. Tell them it's copper nickel. Yeah. Good old copper nickel. They won't even know. Hell, this stuff might as well be copper nickel. Anyway, unfortunately, some of these coins actually say what they are, don't they? I know y'all are thinking that. I might rethink that. Kind of foolish, isn't it? To put 0.800 fine Japan with an ASW 0.34671 on a coin. Now, that is counterproductive. Maybe everything should look more like this. Singapore coin. Or maybe these Israeli joints. Woo. You don't know what it's worth. No, you don't. Guys, have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on silver confiscation. It's never happened. But, man, oh man, if they start that, we could have a fun time. We'd have a real fun time, couldn't we? Could you imagine if they chose... And now, first they'd have to start a propaganda campaign. Oh, here we go. I'm going to keep going. Their first move, this is how you know they're doing it. There's going to be a propaganda move. They're going to be calling anyone who invests a speculator. Okay, you start hearing that nonsense out of some government yoo-hoo's mouth, and they're calling you a speculator because you bought silver or gold, right? Physical. I'm not talking about, paper. That's when you know. That's when you know it's game over. Yep. That's when you know they are coming for your stuff. So if you start hearing that from the government, come up with a master plan, You make sure that boat flips over. All right, I'm going to end it there. Take care. Have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends. Thank you. Bye.